Well, hello everyone. My name is Sandra, and I am the host of the I Shall Show. You know it's Wednesday because I get to act up on Wednesdays. I am the host again of the I Shall Bloom Show, a show where we interview stellar individuals whose work and legacy has profoundly uplifted our community for the better. Each week we have a new guest, but we know today is what day is it? Wednesday! And it's Wednesdays with Willie. And this is Willie. So what is it? Wednesday with Willie. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to who? Mr. Willie Mitchell. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Woo!
Well, I see you rolling and making a little noise with your voice, huh?
Yeah, someone said I need to keep, see how long I can get the lungs going early on a Wednesday morning. It's really not that early, but, I've been up since 4. So I'm all, hey. And then about noon, I'll be like, no, I'm not.
Well, as long as you've got that energy, I think that's okay.
That's good. Okay, then.
So,
Yes, I love Miami. Everybody's like, girl, what do you want? Nothing natural. All natural. But, so, you're here today. I know a lot has happened last week. You had a meeting at SICK. It was regarding women, helping women empower themselves. I know that was exciting. What did you get out of that? And it was Miss Veronica.
Well, it was a good meeting with Veronica.
Yes.
And she had, a few people there. And
Yes.
we will continue to have some other meetings. But
Yes.
it was a thing where we were trying to see what we could do in terms of bringing Black women together from District 2 so that we could look at some of the problems that we have.
Yes, and that is so needed. Women of color, there's so many organizations of other races, and we're not, knocking that. But for our own, here on the east side, a place like San Antonio is fighting back in the Barbara Jordan Community Center is a beacon of the community. So to be able to have that type of class here to empower women to make money, be wealthy, huh?
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
So what did she talked about several aspects of.
There are so many things that can be addressed, and at our next meeting, we will decide which direction we want to take and what we want to do to, let the people know in the community what the problem is and how we need to bring all of them together to address the problem. And that is one of the things that is the biggest problem that we have right now today is nobody is talking about the things that should be done and the way people should be taking care of themselves and addressing others in a positive way rather than having all of these negative things throughout the country going on. How can all those airplanes come up right one year and all of them are broke and coming almost falling apart when that never has happened before?
Yes.
And then just like the other day, that ship running into that fence, it just, some of it just doesn't make sense. And there is nothing that's said that makes a difference to let people know we have a responsibility to ourselves to address those main issues. And the thing about it is, if you can address them yourself and do that first of all, then you can ask others to help you do that. But if you're not willing to do that yourself, how can you reach out to some others and do it? It's just, I don't know what other people think, but Donald Trump says, read the Bible. And then he had some people saying he's selling the Bible. Well, if he's selling the Bible, why don't he do some things that are, that's in the Bible? So, it's just some things that they do. And no matter what's said or done, they should be addressing him in the point where he did something wrong and he must pay for that, just like everybody else. So it's so many things that's going on in our community that we need to bring the people together and address those issues and say, you may not agree with them, but these are the things that's happening. And that's with my neighborhood association also.
Yeah.
They want to address a lot of problems, but you've got to go out to the people and tell them the problem that exists.
Right.
And tell them that the only way that problem is going to change is by you coming together and setting up programs to deal with those problems.
That's right. That's basically taking it, starting from home first, like you said, starting from your own community, because our world is in a crisis.
Right.
So, I mean, because of the lack of communication, the lack of education, and people putting their head under the sand. We need to be aware of what's going on, who we put, and now it makes sense when we vote. We need to know who they are. We need to know their background. We really need to know what they stand for, because Obama, we voted for Obama. Well, I only voted for him because he was, it was the first black man.
Yeah.
So I really didn't know much about him. Right. And so I won't do that again. I need to know about who I put in charge of us.
Right.
And so that's what's wrong with the world now. The world, we have put the wrong people in charge who have ulterior motives. They're wealthy, they're staying wealthy and healthy, and the rest of the world is crumbling.
And that's where we are in this community here. Everybody wants to look at what's the benefit for me? Well, the benefit for you is just you being honest with yourself.
Right.
And
how about that?
The only thing that I know that makes a big difference is you treat people the same way you want to be treated and have the respect for that person no matter what's said and done. Let me respect you as a human being, and then whatever the problems are, we can deal with that, but I have to respect you as an individual. Yes. And then we deal with the problem and try to come to some way to solve the problem. And there are ways to solve all the problems. It's just that we don't realize one thing. You're not going to be here forever.
Right.
And that is just as long as it can be. So do the best you can while you're here, because you don't never know when that time is coming.
That's right. Well, we want to try to enjoy the earth. I mean, it's like the way we are tearing it up.
Yeah.
I mean, after a while, we won't even have an earth to even to exist in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just so many issues that we really could talk about, and I really like that starting at home. Right. It always has that base foundation, the foundation like building a home. It starts from home. So I like the idea that San Antonio Fighting Back is starting that program to empower the women.
Yeah.
The women and children with an education.
And that is so important. And we're going to ask for more Black women to come out, and we will give them the next day that we will have the meeting so that we can get more people involved in it. And then we can find a way to go to the state government, the federal government, and get us a grant to where we get the support, and people can say what they want to say, but you can have the program, but you cannot do that program if there's not some finances there to help the people do the things that they're supposed to do. Not that I'm going to get paid for it. No, the point is that they're doing a job and they're trying to help the community. Well, if they're doing that, why can't we do something to help them?
Right.
That's just one thing that I don't understand. Just because you've been good and you've given them your time to help someone else, you can't do that and not spend some money somewhere.
Whatever. You can't do it for free. But there's monies that need to be, just like people who work for the government, who are in control.
Yeah.
They get paid a lot of money. So would they do that if they didn't get paid?
Yeah. No, they wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing about it is, a lot of that is being said right there with what's going on in Washington, D.C., but they don't want to say nothing to the rest of the people about, you see what we talk about, what the responsibility is, and I have to be real strong about the way that I feel and think. And I still say the only thing that makes a difference is that I may have this and I may have that, but does that make me better than the other person? No. I'm just another human being, just like they are, and I have to treat them the same way that I want to be treated.
Right.
And if you don't do that, that really irritates me because I feel like no matter what's said or done, we are blessed to be here.
That's right. That's
And
the key word.
it is so
That's the key word, being
good.
blessed. Being blessed. And then I like that you always want to teach. I want to be around the kids because they are the future.
Right.
And you want to teach them everything that because you're blessed. Everybody didn't have the same, like you're a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
You know, everybody didn't get that. And a lot comes along with that, positive and negative. But you use that positive to bless others. And so that's why I kept rolling as you're in your 80s and still no chaos.
Right.
No chaos. That look at a lot of people that were in were famous and then died and had chaos in their family. Just all that.
Yep. You know, it's just like I can leave San Antonio fighting back and close the door and say, you know, that's it. And that's okay. But the only thing I feel like about that is I'm leaving, but I may be able to do certain things for myself, but that means that I don't have no thought about nobody else and trying to help them do the same thing. And no matter what I say or no matter what I do, I did not get to where I am by myself.
Right.
I had all of the help just like everybody else needs. And I know that people helped me, and I know they gave me a lot of inspiration and thought about what I did. And I just think people don't know what you go through, but it's been a many times when I come up, a teacher would tell me, baby, you are good in whatever it is, but make sure you get to the class and try to be the same way. And they encourage me to do that. And don't think that just because you're doing this, you are better than anybody else and you're just another human being trying to be successful. And that to me was a real good thing that helped me make the choice and the decision where I am today.
Yes, and so for people who see this and children who see that, this is Mr. Willie Mitchell, retired Super Bowl champion, went to the first Super Bowl and came back on the fourth and won the first Super Bowl ever. However, he did start, he was a builder, construction, teacher, taught construction, built beautiful homes, 5-star homes, not just, not knocking the others, but he built big, beautiful homes. Started San Antonio fighting back. Tell us more for people who don't know what that.
Well, see, people don't notice that, but when I was in junior high school,
Yeah.
which was Douglas Junior High School,
Douglas.
it had a vocational training at the school. And you went there and took that training, and that was for 2 hours. It was from 11 to 1 o'clock. It went through your lunch hour too.
Yeah.
And that's where I started to look at doing those things and understanding how easy it was to do them and enjoy doing it because you were building something from nothing.
Yeah.
And you made a picture that looked good, and then it made you feel good because you did it, and it took some skills to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it went on to high school, and then after coming out of high school and going to college and coming back and looking at that, well, starting to build homes was just something that was inspirational. And the biggest problem with that, with any type of construction, is that it takes a plan. You do those things from a plan. And what made that so interesting to me was because, well, if we can do that as an individual, why can't we give kids a plan? And that's why I started with the vocational thing and giving kids, showing them how to develop a plan for themselves so they would have something that they can go by. And no matter what's said or done, we all have a plan at some point in time, and we don't want to say it, but we got a plan. Every one of us got a plan. I don't care what you say, because when you pay them bills, you got to sit down and write it on a piece of paper and say what this and say what that, and then say, I ain't got enough money to pay this out.
Yeah.
But it's a plan that you can put together and make sure that it's functional where you can at least exist.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think that people don't realize. All of us have a plan.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it's been successful or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we all have had a plan, and you need to have some kind of plan to do something. And
Back up.
yeah,
Back up.
and it's just like telling the kid at the age of 11, 12, 13, look here, what is this you want to do? He said, I don't know. What is it you think you can do? I don't know. Well, come on, let me get you this and let's see if I can get you to understand. Maybe you can do this. Oh, I didn't think about that, Mr. Mitchell. I know it, but let's think about it now.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's something that they can develop and also get that skill. But once they get that skill and learn how to use them hands, boy, you can't take it away from you. Because you always, and it could be anything.
Yeah, that you love doing.
Yeah.
And you're good at.
You're good at it. So that's just, it's
Something
just
that-
about an entertainer who sings. Well, you think that they don't enjoy themselves and they get up there and get to singing and whooping, but they feel good about it.
That's their gift.
And it's a gift.
That's their gift.
Yeah, you know, so I just don't have a gift for that, but somebody else got a better one than I do.
Right.
And it's okay.
That's
So and the thing about it is, we all can do something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we have to find out what is it that we can do that we like.
Yes.
And
That's
as
a
long as
question.
you like it,
Mm-hmm.
then there's nothing wrong with it. And I can just tell you, I like to cut grass.
Yeah.
I like to fix the yard. And that's fun to me. Now, somebody else may think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But you can think what you want. But I'm enjoying myself.
That's your piece.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yes, that's your
Yeah.
piece.
And some other people like being a painter of cars, a mechanic or something.
Mm-hmm.
I like to look at the grass in the yard and plant. So that's one thing that I like to do.
Right.
And if you don't like to do it, don't tell me I'm crazy.
Yes, that's, I like that too. Starting young and finding out what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Because there's some kids will be playing with trains forever and ever. Get them trains up, not knowing that they can be built after a while, building trains or driving conductor, and electrical engineers or something,
Yeah.
So,
but they have some skills, and it's something that they can do. So we have to try to find out what it is and see if they can take that skill and build it and become what they want to become. Some of them might want to be a doctor. And, I want to be a doctor. Well, you want to go to school to be a doctor.
mm-hmm.
And say, oh, that's right.
A long
So
time.
you
A couple of years.
And who's going to keep him from being a doctor if he's got that background in education?
Nobody.
And he can use that. He can do it. So that's what I love to see. It's just like the girls. I don't like no girl tell me she's ugly.
Right.
Don't tell me you ugly.
Right. They shouldn't say that.
Just because if you say that, somebody gonna call you ugly. You ain't gonna like that. But if you don't think you look cute,
right,
then you in trouble.
That's good.
You see, it's a young lady upstairs that got a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Me and her daughter, we the best buddies in the world.
Yeah.
And we talk to each other, and then we talk about what we gonna tell mama.
Yeah.
And then we go tell mama, hey, you sure look good today.
Yeah.
And she just laughed at us, and I said, I told you she don't like that.
Yeah.
But,
that's beautiful.
but she loved it because we saying some beautiful things to her, and
Love.
that's her daughter.
Yeah.
And I enjoy talking to her like that about her daughter because her daughter likes it.
Then you see her light up.
Yeah.
That's that joy
That's
of, oh, yes, I am beautiful. And then it's
Yeah.
another empowerment.
That's
Another way
right.
of, I got power.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. I am
And then I tell her, I tell her daughter, your mother's beautiful, but she got a beautiful daughter too. And that's you. And she just laughed, she said, oh, Mr. Mitchell, you think that's right? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
She said, oh, thank you so much. But that's what I tell her. And then I tell her, go tell your mama you love her. And she said, okay. And she'll go in there smiling and tell her mother she loves her. But you think her mother don't like that?
Yeah.
I know that makes her
Yeah,
feel
it makes
good.
me cry. I'm a crybaby up here, so yeah.
But I know her mother feels good when she walks in and tells her, Mama, I love you.
Yeah.
And
that's a good thing too. We have to remember that word, love.
Yeah.
People can't assume it, even if you've been married 2 years, 10 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
You can't assume that the wife, your spouse knows that you love them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say it. even actions too. But action saying it. Hey, I love you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
So I
just
like
did
that.
it this morning. I called a person in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that's in the hospital.
Okay.
And he had a real bad problem, and he turned his truck over, and he couldn't hear, couldn't see, and finally, they took something out of his throat so he could talk.
Oh, okay.
So today I called him, and I told him, and his wife was there. And I had to tell him, I said, you ought to be proud that you're still here, and maybe you can't see out of one eye, but the thing about it is somebody sitting next to you that you better be proud of and tell her thank you for being here. And I said, you got another daughter that's out there working right now, and tell them that you love them.
Yeah.
And now you can talk today. Well, if you talking to me, then you talk to them and tell them how much you love them, and tell them that you appreciate them being there with you.
That's right.
And I just feel like you couldn't talk, but your wife is there with you every day. Your daughter's out there running the business, and they trying to make sure that everything works for you.
Yeah.
So tell them thank you.
You gotta say,
You
gotta let people know that they're loved.
Yeah,
And even if you don't, even if they're just around you and you don't know them that well, but you see them every day. I love you.
yeah.
I love you. You're beautiful. Like you
Mhm.
say, you're beautiful, you're smart. Yeah, you can do that. You
Right.
can do anything.
And it's
Lifting up people constantly.
I kid with my wife a lot.
Yeah.
And I talk to people and tell them and call my wife middle name.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that I've been married to her and I appreciate her.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do nothing to make her feel bad. The only thing I'm going to do is try to let her know that I care, that I respect you,
Yeah.
and that I have a certain amount of love for you that nobody can take away, but I have the respect for you as a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that, and no matter what nobody says, man, I know, but I'm going to kid with her and say the thing, but I'm always like, well, I still love you.
Yeah. And that's your guys' relationship. That's your little jokes that you guys do that keeps the marriage popping and keeps it vibrant.
Right.
And all that. You know what I mean?
That encourages us both to have a good relationship with each other.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? Nothing at all. And sometimes it might be 2:00 in the morning, and she might wake up and she'll grab her hand and boom, grab me by the nose and put her in boom. And I wake up, she said, well, I'm okay, you wake up too.
I know. And watch a movie.
Right. But there's no point in fussing and saying, why don't you do that? That doesn't make any difference. Now, she might be having fun with that. Right. Well, then if she's having fun with that, we'll do it. Yeah. And there's nothing I can do about it because she's enjoying what she's doing, so do it. Yeah. Because if she doesn't do it, then where's the happiness going to be?
See, that's what kept you guys keep together for a long period of time. I mean, just a long. People want to, because marriages are so short now. People are just divorcing in 1 year, 2 years. But to know the thing, it's still hard work. We know it's work. But does it get easier once you, after it gets a little easier?
That's just a little easier. I just think that is the best thing you can do. And the only thing about it is trust that person and have the faith and trust in that person and let them know that. Well, don't treat that person like they're some kind of something else when you have to be blessed to be able to have one, first of all. Yes. And then be thankful to God that you got the ability to let them know that you respect them as a human being. That's right. And I don't think there's nothing else wrong with that. I don't see anything else wrong with that. But that is the one thing right now in my office this afternoon, I've got to talk to 2 people. And it's all about some things that are going on. But the thing about it is that they have to remember that you have to respect me and I have to respect you. That's right. And when I see that respect is not there, I'm going to bring it to your attention and let you know what is going on. Because you've got to let them know that the things that you're doing you think is right,
Mhm.
but that's not the way to do it. And if you can't do it in a positive way, I have one thought about that, and that is close the door.
Vamos.
Yeah, you know,
Exit or
and that's
in
it.
Spanish,
Yeah.
Espanol, vamos.
You know, it's just like if I, right now, you know, I could close down San Antonio Fighting Back and go
Oh,
home
no.
and sit down. But who do I hurt?
A lot of us.
A lot of other people I hurt. So why should I do that? I'm not crippled. I can talk. I can
Right.
walk. So I can get here. So
Right.
there's no point in me saying, okay, well, I'm just going to call them. That's being mean and selfish.
Right.
And is it hurting me to be here? No, it's not.
Right.
Am I, what else would I be doing? Sitting down looking at TV. And I don't want to sit down every day and look at no TV. No, And I can come in here and enjoy myself and have just as much fun. I
Yeah.
enjoy talking to you. I enjoy when you try to sing, I won't let you. But I don't have no problem with that. But I don't have no problem with that.
I know it's life though. It's fun.
It's fun. And
yeah.
that's the thing that makes a difference. When I come here, I have fun.
Have fun,
Yeah.
but demand respect.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know,
right.
disrespect me. Hey, but we gonna have a good time,
Right.
enjoy life, and we gonna learn what else can we do
That's
to
right.
help others.
Others.
That's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's San Antonio Fight Back. What else can we do to help? But you are having a good time all the way.
Yeah.
Huh, having a good time. And
It's
so-
just like the meeting that we had last week
Yeah.
with you ladies.
Yeah.
Now, they can say what they want to say. When I'm standing back there listening at them, I'm, oh boy, I'm listening at all these conversations, and I mean, I'm saying, oh, a lot of intelligence in here because they're saying some things that are so understandable, and they have such an idea, and a good idea, and a good thought about what can be done.
Mhm.
Then I just think that we can do that, and I have to respect them because I want to see them do that, and I want to be with them to do it.
Yes.
You know?
It was
Yeah.
very informative. And
Yeah.
And we thank you for being the, all men can't hang around a lot of women
Yeah.
because they want to flirt with them or they want to disrespect them but with you, you have the blessing of lifting us up like a big brother, like you know what I mean? And we know that we can't get away with anything on you,
That's
but your whole goal first after you establish that, you can't get over on me.
Mhm.
And if you try, then you're gonna be out. That's it.
But the thing about that is, I think that all of the women, the one thing you can do is be respectful and say thank you and let them know that you have faith and trust and confidence in them, and they can trust you. And that is one thing I think needs to be done. It needs to be said so that the women will know that, look, we're gonna get together, and what's the difference from you being my sister?
Yeah.
And why can't I respect you and do that? But just because you look like this, you look like that. No, that's not the whole
The world
purpose
thinks like
is
that.
what can we do together and why can we resolve some of these problems we have? And that is one of the best things in the world that I see. And I think that that's what makes it so good is when you can be with a group of women and they know that you're being honest with them.
Yes.
And they can be honest
That's
with
the
you.
greatest.
And you gonna trust what they say and not gonna be saying, oh, you can't say that. No.
Yeah.
If she got something to say, she gonna say it, and I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, and we thank you for that. That's why women come here
Yeah.
to do, to want to host one of their events because they know that you're gonna listen.
Yeah.
And maybe yay or nay, but you're not gonna just close the door. You're gonna give everybody a chance.
Right.
And we like that. And so I want to say too, that you have imputed in a lot of women. You don't have any kids, but your blessings have been on a lot of, so you do.
Yeah.
So, that's why God has blessed you so much with long life.
Yep.
And
That's
mental, you don't have any type of major diseases or anything.
Mhm.
So God, that's a blessing.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
is.
help, because people in their 20s are sick because of the chaos. That chaos causes illnesses, lying, and scams and all that. It takes a toll on the body.
And it's just like when I was in high school, there were so many girls that we were friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that, I'm your boyfriend or I'm trying to, no, we were friends.
Right.
And if somebody tried to misuse them and abuse them, no, because if I catch you, you won't be in trouble.
Yeah.
But we were friends and we ran together and everything. And right now, a lot of us are still friends, and we still do the same way that we did when we were coming up together.
Right.
Because we felt that way about each other, and we had the utmost respect for each other. And that's the thing that I think that made us so good in high school, is because we had a relationship with the young ladies, and it was about the friendship that we had with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And we wouldn't let nobody else interfere with that.
Right.
Yeah. And that was a blessing to me.
Well, I wonder what happened with that, because it changed your generation, men and friends, and then, the generations that's coming now, and then the younger generations, you get called the B word, or if you say something nice to a guy, then all of a sudden she trying to holler at me, or you know what I mean? And it's hard to even talk to a guy to just say, "Oh, you look nice today." Because
that gets back to the same thing about teaching your kids how to have self-esteem and how to make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that I think is different is that our mothers and fathers really pushed us to have a real good attitude and a thought about what you did and the way that you carried yourself. And I think that made a big difference in the time that we grew up as opposed to now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because when you left your house, your mother made sure that you looked decent.
Oh.
And she wanted you to look decent because you represented her. And I think that's why we have the problem with a lot of the parents don't let these kids know how important it is to have, because it's going to follow them all the way through life, but they just don't teach them that.
Right.
And I think that's one of the problems that we have, is that the parents don't address the kids from the time that they come in this world as they grow up, to tell them what to expect, what is it that you think you want to do, what is it that you can do, and what is it that they can do to help you.
That's right.
See?
Yeah.
Because the mama can give you a lot of advice that somebody don't think you can, but you ask her the right question, she can ask you. It's just like when we were coming up and we'd ask my dad, Daddy, did you hear what mother said? And he said, yeah. We said, why'd she say that? He said, your mama was a girl. And we'd look at him like, you right, Daddy, she was a girl. But she would say things, and we wouldn't think about her being a girl. Right. We'd think about her being mama.
Yeah, mama, And then you realize, oh.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah, but you can't envision your mom going through the stuff that you go through, huh?
But my dad would say, she was a girl. Don't you know your mama was a girl? Yeah. And we forgot that he was dating her. So he knew how she was.
Yeah, he knew it was her. Yes, he knew. So
but that was so wonderful, because we'd ask him, Dad, did you hear the way she said? He said, yeah, but you got to remember, your mama was a girl. And we said, Dad, you know that's right. You're absolutely correct.
They knew everything. They knew where you were at all times. You thought you were sneaking.
Yeah, that's right.
And then all of a sudden you get that look.
And when she give you that look,
we know those looks.
Yeah, you better be quiet and shut up.
Yeah, go in the room, whatever, go clean up, I knew how to go. Just stay away for a while.
That's right.
You learn. But see, that's what taught us we have respect for our parents, even out of the house.
Yeah.
I didn't want them coming nowhere, sneaking around to embarrass me, so I didn't want to embarrass them.
Right.
That's how it was, respect.
Yeah.
Right?
That was the way it was, and it was just something that no matter what you said or do, buddy, you better listen to her, because when you come back through that door, you better come back through that door a certain way.
Yeah.
But don't think you can run out that door and come back in that door anytime you want to, and go out that door anytime. No. Once you came in there, don't go back out.
Right. We respect our household.
That's right.
Our parents demand respect.
And that's what I love.
Mhm.
I love for the parents to demand respect. And I love to see the child respect their parents.
Yes, and that's those seeds. That's the energy you need to keep growing. Once you get that respect, the kids that's learning that, and then they're going to be successful.
And I think one of the things with the girls is that they all are real embarrassed because they don't think they're cute. But it might be that somebody else don't think they're cute, but when you look in that mirror, you better look in that mirror and say you're cute. And you feel good about the way you look in that mirror.
Right. You gotta say it to yourself.
Yeah.
But a lot of women don't tell their daughters that. And men.
Right.
I'm good looking, I'm good, I'm strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you go out into this cold world and they say this, my mom and dad said I'm beautiful. My mama, all that,
I know that's the one thing that kept me going is that my mama thought I was the little cutest little thing that she had.
Yeah.
And I was a little chocolate.
Yes.
And I didn't worry about my mama saying I was chocolate, but my brothers couldn't say I was chocolate.
Right.
And they would say, we can't call you chocolate because mama said we can't call you chocolate.
Yeah, that's
mama ain't here, we can call you chocolate. But when she was there, they did exactly what she said do.
Yeah.
And there wasn't nothing she would say wrong about it, and I respected my brothers for doing that.
Yeah.
But
they were boys too.
Yeah,
You
were boys. It was nothing but boys.
Yes.
And we had, there was something that she said when she told you about not doing it, boy, she meant it. And she told you exactly the way she wanted to tell you.
Yeah, because you were boys, so you had to you got to hear it in a rough way.
That's right.
Not soft.
No, yeah.
No, I'm going to tell y'all like this.
And then we used to laugh, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We used to go out there and get in that back house, and we would laugh at the way she would tell us some of the things. And we would ask each other, did you hear how mama said this? Did she said it that way? She didn't try to cut no corners, did she? No, she cut no corners.
Yes.
But we respected her for telling us the way she wanted to tell us.
Right. Well, it got your attention.
Right. It got our attention. Your attention. Yep, it really did. But I think that was one of the most wonderful things that really happened to us as boys. And
having a strong mother.
Yeah, having that strong mama because you believed in her. And the thing about it is, she showed every one of us that she loved us. Right. It wasn't no one she loved.
No favoritism.
She made sure that she hugged all of us and all of that and talked good to all of us.
That's awesome.
And that was it. But it was just one of those things. And I wish I had her here today.
I know. Yeah, mine's here today too. Our mamas. We thank you. Their spirit is with us.
Yeah.
And so that's why he was able to treat his wife so well because his mom taught him how to treat a woman, how not to disrespect her. And, as watching my mom and dad and then just seeing that I'm worthy, that I am, awesome. I can do all things. I can do anything. You know what I mean? So just growing up in that and seeing that.
And you have that self-respect for your mom. You have that respect for your dad because they're some very important people. And if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here.
Yes, and they love you.
And they love you.
They love you, and they've been that road. And if it was bumpy, they want you to go a different road.
Right. Yeah.
So I know because I used to say they were old-fashioned, but I thank God that they were. They weren't, but I thank God for everything that they told me for my butt whoopings. I think for all of that stuff, because if I had just grew up any kind of way, I don't even think I would have been here. The world is too cruel,
But we all can say that we're blessed and we're thankful that we're here where we are.
Yes.
And we can appreciate what our parents did for us. And if we know that the things that they did for us made us much, much better people. Yes. And we wasn't rich, we wasn't poor, but we had a life that was real inspirational to us.
Yeah, That's
Yeah.
a rich life.
Yeah,
Not, maybe not in the money,
money. But,
paper money, but in just in love, rich
Yeah.
in love and rich in trust and trust, and no fear. Because some people grew up in fear and lack of trust, you know. So, I just say, I even say thank you again for, me still being here, I shall bloom, being able to bloom, when people thought that it wasn't gonna happen. And so with your character again,
Yeah,
just giving me a chance, giving women who a chance who've been dropped or left behind. But you get up, no, not what, your thing, I don't see what the problem is. You're a woman, you got sense, you smart, you can do it.
right.
And
And that's the one thing I like to see kids feel about their parents.
yeah,
I like for them to tell them that you love them, and I like for them to go up to their dads and give them a hug
yes,
and tell them he still look good.
yes, they fine, daddy.
Yeah, daddy, yeah. But that makes them feel good about you.
Yeah.
And then it's easier for you to go to them and talk to them about the things that you're doing and trying to do. And they don't have no problem with trying to help you and make sure those things happen. Because you're the kids.
Right,
And I just love to see parents do that because the child didn't ask to come here. You brought them here. So if
That's
you
right.
brought them here, then take care of them
Right.
and give them the best life that you can give them.
yes, man. And saying that, then we are, that's enough. That is beautiful. I mean, I'm saying that as, love, as in you giving back and then always feeding mothers into, and I say feeding with knowledge.
Mhm.
That is, I mean, that's all we need, is someone that gives us love, someone that we can trust, that we can all, like me, I know I can always, once I come to that door, I know that I'm not gonna get screamed at or I'm ignored or mood change.
Yeah.
There's some people who have mood changes, you never know. Okay, let me wait. With you've been the same since I've been here, and it's been a year. It's been a year coming up.
But see, I think that the only thing you can do is just be, first of all, honest with yourself.
Yes.
And then be honest with yourself, then you can treat that person honestly too. But
That's
if
good.
you can't do that and you have another thought process, I think there's something wrong with you. And you gotta be crazy because life is good, but if you don't take it in a positive way, it's not gonna be good for you. And I know
That's right.
playing the football and all of that was all well and good, but I don't play football now.
Right, you don't play football now, but you have backup.
Right.
So that you have a backup plan, but still, you can have all the backup plans you want and be mean and cruel, and it's still terrible. But he, of course, from his parents, from the foundation again, put those seeds in him that you don't let this make you act a fool.
Yeah.
This money, this fame, don't let it make you act a fool.
It's just like yesterday, me and the young lady made her mother feel so good because we told her something and we did something. And her mother looked at, okay, thank y'all.
Oh, but you saw them.
She didn't know that we was gonna even think about doing that.
Yeah.
No. And I said, come on, we're gonna do this and we're gonna tell her it's me and you.
Right.
Not me, but me and you. And let's go do that.
And it made her feel like,
made her.
See, it's the little, even though that's a big thing.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. I sure appreciate that. Let's go. But she was happy to do something to make her mother happy. And I just think, to me, those kind of things just makes a difference to me because I know if my mother was here today, I know I'd go up to the house and say something to her, or either I would shake Shell and Lucille up there with me.
Yeah.
And we'd be doing things. And my
That's,
mom would be just so happy, but I just think that's the way it would be. And even with her mother and father too.
Yeah.
But
Y'all was buddies, huh?
yeah,
Her
yeah,
dad.
we're buddies. Yeah, we're buddies. So
She said, shoot, can I see my dad? Because
yeah,
when he come down
yeah,
here, he was with you. Huh?
yeah. When he come down there, me and him, we would hang. Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And she didn't mind because
No.
she loved it because I loved her dad.
Yeah.
And I would entertain him while he was here.
Yeah.
And she would say, thank you. Because she didn't have to say, well, let me see if I can do this for dad. Let me see.
Right. No, you was going to.
I'd take him with me.
Oh, man.
But I mean, it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I just felt good about him because he didn't do nothing to hurt me.
Yeah.
And she looked just like him.
Oh, man. She
Her other sister looked like her mama.
Right.
But she looked like her dad.
His best friend with her daddy, and then you married his.
What she did, and I'm not kidding you about that.
Yeah.
I got a picture with her sister there and her mother and her dad.
Yeah.
And you can tell on that picture, her other sister looked like the mom.
Right.
And Sharon looked like
her dad. Yeah.
You know, and that's the way the picture is.
Yeah.
But I just think it just, just some of those things like that were just amazing to me because it was just, first of all, it was a lot of fun to be able to say that and tell her, me and your dad, we hanging out.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, me and your dad, we hanging out.
Yeah.
And she'd look at me like, well, can I go? No, me and your dad, we go.
And he can't wait to get here. Oh, I'm coming to San Antonio. See my brother-in-law.
Yeah. But I mean, those things just, to me, makes a big difference. And you got to do it and understand it and accept it. And that's what we're going to try to teach. When we get these ladies here, and we're going to reach out to see, and it might not be right now.
And I have the date too. And she called me. She gave me the date. So,
but I tell you what, I'll bet you in the next 2 months, we're going to have something that everybody's going to say, we didn't know y'all were doing that. Now you do.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Woo! Yeah.
And we're going to get some more participation in it. And that I think is going to be just as wonderful as it can be.
Yeah.
And the thing that I like about it more so, I want the women to be recognized in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want the women to be recognized. I don't want myself there or Mr. Mitchell in. No. These are the ladies. They are formulating this. I'm here to support them.
That's awesome.
And that's what I want them to understand.
Mm-hmm.
This is not me doing it. I'm here to support the ladies and what they're doing.
That's beautiful.
Because that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Well, we thank you so much for.
And I tell you what, in that group that I got some of the dressing ladies in the world.
Yeah.
All of them coming there the other day. They're all dressed. I said, these ladies.
We got to represent San Antonio fight back. You didn't say nothing about I had my little.
Yeah,
trying to wear.
But that's all right. I know.
Wear a hat,
Because you look fan fashion too.
Yeah. I have to get my little fashion.
You and Rhonda.
And Rhonda, she sat beside me.
Oh, yeah. We go to church together and everything, but I just think it's just wonderful. And I think, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Well, we just feel good too. And then it's just like, it just makes us feel good. When someone tells you that and then you just feel good too. And then it just makes your day. So, kids, even boys, pull your pants up. That, whatever the hell, that's demonic. And it took away because growing up as Black kids and our parents dressed us. I mean, you step out, the whole family stepped out. I remember when we all stepped out. And so now, we need to get back to that because, And
I want to give the program that you're talking about, I want to give it a name called All Stars.
All-Star program, yes, that's the name.
And that is a whole other thing that with the All Stars, it can be done so many different ways. And what they do is that it gets out and have different things that are being taught to the kids. And we can have different seminars to set up. We have different people doing the training and all of that.
Yeah.
And everybody comes together and say, this is a goal and objective.
I like that. That's kind of like not a boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
But a preparatory a school where you even learn how to dress, how to stand, how to
Mhm.
sit, how to shake hands. You got
Yeah.
all of that in the
Yeah.
All-Star program and learning too.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That would be real good, and I just know in the next 2.5 months, it'll take a little while, but that program is gonna get bigger. And some people gonna say, we didn't know it was coming. We know you didn't.
Yeah, but you know now. So yes,
Yeah.
up and coming, there's some
Yeah,
great
coming.
things. And so that's why we have Wednesdays with Willie, because then he is here. He is the chairman, executor, and director. Executive? Say your title? You're the chairman, you're the director, and you're the executive.
Yeah.
Executor.
And just another person too.
But that's who he be for
Yeah.
San Antonio Fight Back. So all of that. And so in the next 2 months, y'all
Be looking for a change.
be looking for
this
something.
Because we're gonna make it.
Ooh, yes. So, okay, so this.
I'm gonna go out and holler about it. Nobody don't know it, but I'm gonna go out and holler about it, what these ladies are doing, not Willie, ladies.
Like
I'm here with them.
Yes.
And that's what they're gonna, you what? I'm with them.
Yes, he's supportive. Yes, we got the Super Bowl champion
Right.
who has our back. Now, what was your when you threw the football? You wasn't behind the scene. You was in front.
Yeah.
Now you don't mind being in the back.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So I was watching the game the other day, and the girl had I said, oh,
Yeah.
I can do that. I was gonna grab the ball.
I tell you what, I enjoy looking at it, but there were so many things that happened during that time. It was just unbelievable, and so many things. You laid on the ground many times, and you got hit from here, hit from there, and you got to say, "Oh God, please let me do this and let me do that."
Let me get up.
But
For real.
yeah,
For real. Not just, oh Lord. No.
Mm-mm.
A real conversation.
You had to pray many times for a little recovery.
Yes.
That little recovery was pretty quick, so it was okay. Just like right now, I need my glasses, but they haven't sent them out to me yet.
They haven't?
No, they make them, but they haven't sent them out to me yet.
They didn't give you any temporary ones?
No, I got some, but and then I went to the doctor Monday, and the medicine came in last night.
Yeah.
And I read the directions on that medicine.
Yeah. Oh,
I said, Shirley, I'm not going to use this because this says some things that I ain't going to do. We're going to have to go back to him, and I'm going to show him what they said about this medicine.
Oh, the side effects.
Yeah, and
Don't kill you.
I'll
wait. Yeah.
I'll wait. And she said, let me see it. I said, read it. She said, I don't blame you.
Right.
I said, I'm not using that medicine.
So it was the fine print.
Mm-hmm.
They give you medicine, but then the directions.
But you better read them directions.
Yeah,
because
the side effects.
Them directions tell you a whole lot of things about what the side effects will do.
Yeah,
and
side effects.
I said, no, I can't use this, baby, because this says some things that I'm not willing to go with. And I'm gonna take it back to the doctor because he recommended.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Doc, you read
recommend
this.
Yeah.
And
what you think, Doc?
you use it because I'm not.
Right.
I wanted to ask you too, not to skip. You played football with is it Jim Brown or Richard Brown?
Well, I played after Jim Brown. Jim Brown had retired when I played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had retired. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he went.
Right, Lewis.
He
He retired after when I started playing. He had retired.
Oh, okay.
And then see, we were in the American Football Conference, and that was the National Football League.
Oh.
So they hadn't come together yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were okay. That's the difference. Yeah. NFL and the AFL.
Yeah, and the AFL.
AFL. Okay.
So but I knew him.
Yeah.
I had met him. We all had met each other in so many different ways. But, we enjoyed, the relationship of meeting one another.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun.
What about OJ? I used to have a crush when I was young.
Simpson?
Yeah, OJ.
Yeah, I played against OJ.
You played against OJ?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I played against OJ.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
he was good.
run. He can run, right? He ran. Woo.
Then a fellow named Mike Garrett that used to be with the, came from California. But he was another one of them, but Mike Garrett played with us.
Mhm.
But he came out, he was one of them fellas that came out of the college league and everybody knew him. And then we had another fella that was from here, that was down in university, his name McVeigh.
McVeigh.
Nolan McVeigh.
Oh,
Yeah,
McVeigh, okay. I heard
Yeah,
that
he
name
was
before.
from here too. Yeah,
Wow.
but
So how do you feel when that stuff, I mean, so much stuff happens, OJ, when that went down? Because, I lived in
Yeah,
California then, so it was just like.
that's a terrible feeling,
Ooh,
to see some of the things happen.
Mhm.
But it's just that it's something that is nothing that you can do.
Mhm.
And it's just like
Choices, so.
telling Russell this morning, be appreciative of your daughter and your wife being there to support you,
Mhm.
And treat them in a real supportive way because they're there to help you.
Mhm.
And just be thankful that you got somebody to help you, because if you didn't, where would you be?
Yes,
And
sir.
I think he's got, those are the things that we all have to realize, that we just got to be helpful and thankful that we're here.
That's right, yeah,
That to
that's
me
right.
makes a big difference. Just be thankful
Mhm.
that you're here, and
That's
I
right.
hope that you can keep on going, because the one thing about it, we don't know when it's gonna be, but we all believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Our day is going
Then
to
I
come.
go meet my mother.
Yes, oh, yeah, get to go and see all those family
Yeah.
members.
But those things
And
don't
meetings.
happen, and
Mhm.
you just gotta live a life and say, when those things happen, they just happen, because don't nobody know.
Mhm.
No, and you'd be crazy to sit around and say because you don't know.
No, we don't.
Just be
No
thankful.
man knows the
No.
time, what is it, the time or the hour? He
Yeah,
says.
but just be thankful that you're here.
Enjoy the best of
Yeah,
it, so that's the
enjoy the
thing.
best of it.
Mhm.
That's
Enjoy.
why you have to live a certain way, act a certain way, and treat other people a certain way, because all of us are gonna go sometime.
Mhm.
We just don't know when, but that's not the way we live life.
Right,
No,
that's right.
So I just think you have to be satisfied and comfortable with what you have and what you're doing, and treat everybody the same way you want to be treated, because we don't know when it's gonna be and how it's gonna be, but we just thankful that we're still here.
That's
That's all
right.
we can do.
All righty, well, we are going to, is there any lasting statements or anything else you want to say before we say bye-bye today? Or is there anything that you want to tell the people that you answered a couple of the questions that they wanted?
And I thank you for having me back again today.
Yes, you guys, for those who don't know, we have Wednesdays with Willie, so it's every other Wednesday. So it won't be coming up this Wednesday, but it'll be the next. And it's 11 o'clock. I know that one of the fellows from the NAACP, he said he wanted to come and visit Mr. Willie too on one of the shows. So I'll go back up there and let him know the dates again. So maybe he'll be here this time again. But I thank you
Thank
too.
you all for visiting, and thank you for having me here.
Yes, so, I thank everyone again. I can be reached at Sandra@ishallbloom.com and also on YouTube at I Shall Bloom Talk Show. I need you to subscribe, hit the button and ring that bell, because you never want to miss a premiere episode of the show. And remember, I shall bloom, you shall bloom, we shall bloom.
Thank you so much.